Greetings and welcome to another edition of Political Empire. I'm your host, Kim Pearsall with the Press Enterprise and PE.com. And today is a Sacramento-filled day. We're going to talk about how a resident of Redlands and a Riverside Poly High graduate, Tyler Clary, well known from the Olympics, was honored recently in Sacramento. And then we're going to talk about how Sacramento's session is ending soon. But of course, before it ends, there are a flurry of bills and political activity that's going on up north. So first, Redlands Poly High graduate and Redlands native Tyler Clary was cheered on by Sacramento lawmakers recently for his gold medal winning turn at the latest Summer Olympic Games. He now holds the records in men's 200-meter backstroke after posting a time of 1:53, besting teammate Ryan Lochte, who finished third. So now we'll talk about Sacramento lawmakers taking a little bit of a break, like they usually do at the end of a session. But the state legislature's latest session isn't over yet, and we're going to talk about what's happening in the last-minute hustle to pass some of these bills. Our Sacramento correspondent, Jim Miller, is on the line to tell us more. Jim, how's it going?
Pretty well, Kim.
Fantastic.
Well, Kim. Thanks.
You're keeping busy. There's a lot going on towards the tail end of the session. Tell us a little bit about one of the big items that's been discussed in the past couple days and that's going to be taken up on Friday, and that's the pension discussion that Governor Brown has brought up. What's going on there?
Yeah, things are going hot and heavy here in the last few days before Friday's legislative deadline, and like you're saying, the pension legislation that emerged late Wednesday, or rather late Tuesday, is right there at the top of the list. And this has been in the works for months. It was pretty much crafted in secret, and it would apply to all new state and local public employees, with few exceptions. Some of those being like the University of California system would not be covered by this bill, but otherwise all state employees and public employees at the local level would be covered. And it would it has several provisions. Maybe among the main ones are that it would change retirement formulas, and it would also require greater sharing, more of a 50-50 split between what employee and the employer contributes to their pension benefit.
And it sounds like this plan would create a ceiling. So like you were saying, for local districts, they couldn't go above that in regards to pension benefits, but they could offer fewer pension benefits?
Right. And that's kind of the interesting thing about this bill. Is it would not just be state employees, it would be local employees too. And a lot of local governments have a variety of different agreements with their employee associations, and what the state legislation would do would say, okay, you can do anything you want that is below the thresholds and the various standards in the state bill, but you cannot do anything above it. And the feeling is that a lot of local governments are maybe having financial troubles as a result of their pension obligations.
And so what's also been happening in Sacramento in the last throes of this most recent session? Any other bills that are popping up in the last minute that may be passed by Friday, may not? Any kind of last minute desperate maneuvers on either side for things to get passed?
Yeah, pick virtually any subject matter. There's probably a bill in the works to try to pass before Friday's deadline. There's rumored legislation dealing with the workers' compensation system, with product liability, with medical liability standards, and
I think you wrote about ADA lawsuit legislation too that was proposed.
Right. The Americans with Disabilities Act lawsuits, which would be quite major changes in rules that have been in place for a number of years. So, as we speak here, there are meetings among various stakeholder groups to, fashion last-minute bills on one subject or another, and I fully expect that things are going to be going on right up until midnight Friday night.
Now, in addition to last-minute lawmaking, there are going to be quite a few changes that people should expect to see when the session resumes in regards to the inland characteristics of who makes up the inland region in Sacramento. So what's going on there? Who's going to be leaving Sacramento? What kind of changes are going on there for inland representatives?
Yeah, like you're saying, for a number of our state assembly members and senators, this is their last go around. The last few days in regular session. I mean, you have assembly members Wilmer Carter from Rialto, Paul Cook from Yucca Valley, Kevin Jeffries. They are all termed out. Jeff Miller from Corona is running for the state senate. He's not coming back. So all those seats are going to be filled by new people. Over in the Senate, you have Bob Dutton from Rancho Cucamonga is termed out. He's running for Congress. And so, yeah, I mean, it's going to be quite a large crop of new faces when they come back in December.
Well, hopefully they have going away cake for some of these folks.
I
don't know if they do that in the Assembly, the State Senate. Well, Jim, thanks so much for joining us today. Obviously, keep us posted about what's going on with some of these bills, and certainly folks at home can keep track on all of this on PE.com and in the Press Enterprise newspaper about what's getting passed and what's getting proposed in the final throes of this latest legislature. Thanks so much, Jim.
Okay, thank you.
And thanks for watching another edition of Political Empire, and we'll see you tomorrow.